Alright guys, we're back! Rich veins of hope. Well, my friend, much as I've enjoyed our time together, I think it's best that we split up, that we might accomplish our tasks more swiftly. I shall see the Earthseed safely into the hands of Chai News. While I am thus employed, would you be so good as to deliver Kurut back to Tamra? My thanks, Meryl. Brief though it was, 'twas an honor to go adventuring with you. I shall see you back in Amity. You're so pissed off with you. My boss is always getting called into meetings, and he hates it because a lot of the meetings he feels like he can do without. Like, he doesn't even need to be there for most of them, and I get it. Especially since he doesn't speak through probably 80% of them, and the information they're providing is not relevant to him at all. In fact, most of the training I have to do for my job every year is not... wait, hang on. I need to do that. I'll do that later, but for now I was just picking it up. Lally-ho! Glad you're back and in one piece. How did you fare with the Earthseed then? I got them all they needed. The Exarch's on his way to Amity with it now. Good to hear that young Kurt was of help. As it happens, a few others came forward while you were gone, saying they wanted to do their bit as well. Given that you're building a Talos, I reckon that you'll be needing some mining tools. So we went and modified our spare pickaxes for use by bigger folk. Here, take these with you. Should be plenty to go around. From what our scouts tell me, there's a crowd gathering at the top rung already. Go and see what everyone has a pickaxe to swing, eh? You don't even own a warrior axe? Yeah, it basically came down to anything that uses actual technology IT does, anything boring and manual that uses Excel, I do. Which is such a waste of my time. This is working for the Kleiners company all over again. Well, unfortunately, I'd say, if I had to guess, most of the companies out there don't utilize their people as effectively as they should. Instead of putting a square in a square hole, they try shoving it into a circle hole that it's too big for. Look at all these people. Look, Miro, people from all over have come to help us quarry stone. This isn't even all of them. As we speak, volunteers Thancred and Reen recruited are being escorted to the work site. And by both Kastarian and Umorian soldiers, no less. As you can see, we have plenty of hands. There's just one problem. We don't have enough tools to put in them. We've been desperately trying to round up more, but we haven't had much luck so far. Pickaxes from the dwarves? We truly have exactly what we need, exactly when we need it. Well, what are you waiting for? Go and hand them out to everyone so they can get to work. Why do I have to do that? Here comes sheer work, you sack of shit. Ready to do our bit, Meryl? We just need to do it with. You know. Why is that man doing squats? Hey, look at that. Mr. Money Giver. Get out of here. Pickaxes! Lots of them! Now we may all work to our heart's content. This woman is eager to work. Well, I don't have many talents. I do have a strong back, and what strength I have, I'll gladly use for the sake of peace. We've got the ladder moving again, didn't we? If we join hands, there's no Talos we can't build. I still haven't repaid you and Alphino for saving me, and I'm not sure I ever could. But that ain't gonna stop me from trying. I'm here with you to the end. You were hoping he'd give monies? I mean, that would have been nice, but instead he gave us a means for followers that wasn't real. He gave us false hope. Come on, you lot, look lively! Why are they following Kashir? How does a kobold not have a pickaxe? What the fuck? Long time no see, traveler. Are you waiting to be issued a pickaxe too? Hang on. Oh ho, you clearly weren't, and now neither are we. Rest assured we will put these to good use and work very, very hard. Of course, one cannot work on an empty stomach, which is why I brought some tasty worms to share. As much as we would all enjoy a treat, perhaps the worms are best saved for afterwards? Greetings, Miro. You may not remember me, but I'm one of the carers from the inn at Journey's Head. Actually, I do remember you. After Knight returned to Amarang, we noticed a change in our patients. The transformation had halted in every one of them. I can't express what it did to the mood of the place. We were still celebrating days later, when who should come but Alice? She said that she sought the aid of those who believed in the way of darkness. We all answered her call right then and there. Of course, some few carers had to remain behind, but as many of us came as we could be spared. I too have great respect for the way of darkness. When we meet, I'll be sure to treat them to a nice plump worm. Can you phrase that differently, please? Hey, Jeremy. When next you meet dudes, can you treat them to a nice plump worm? We've come, Miro. In case you're wondering, Gudjon is here too. Couldn't wait to start breaking rocks though, so he's gone on ahead. But he could have at least left us a spare set of tools. Oh, wonderful. Now we can be about it too. Quarrying isn't exactly my stock in trade, but this time I feel as though my wife will be with me, guiding my hand. Let's make it happen. Let's build a world where everyone can live without fear, where everyone has a place they can go home. Right then, let's be on our way. What are you still doing here, Thaf? I thought you'd brought your own tools. I did, I was just about to head off when I saw Jarek. Oh gods, if this plan works and the giant Talos comes to life. Just imagine the size of the trolley it could push. Imagine it! Are you still raving on about that? How many times do I have to tell you? That's not what the Talos is for. Where the hells would the tracks even go? There's bound to be somewhere, you just need a little imagination. Seeing as the stoneworks is involved, maybe we could have a trolley added to the design. Enough! We're going to work, and if I hear any more about trolleys from you, I'll have you pushing one yourself. This guy definitely fucked the trolley. My thanks, Miro. With that, everyone is now equipped to work. I think I'll go and join the soldiers standing guard over the volunteers. It would be a shame if they felt prey to sin eaters after all the trouble we've gone to. Right. Let's see that the plan comes to a resounding success for the sake of all in Northrend. Trolley fucker was your nickname in high school? You wouldn't be opposed to having Ishtola put you over her knee either, but you did have to look up who that was. You only know Miro and Small Bitch. Well, Miro's the star of the show, so. Well, my friend, it appears we are the only ones left here. If you have no other pressing tasks, would you care to accompany me to Amity? There, Ishtola is overseeing those who will imbue the Talos with magic. Come, let us join them at once. I'm gonna fart. You didn't have a good high school experience? For shame. For shame that you'd say, who's Miro? When a Saint first joined our guild, he tried to sleep with Miro. Not me, the character. Fuck off, Older. Yep. Tried. Miro didn't sleep with you. Hey there, Stola. Good of you to join us. I'm pleased to say we have gathered ample help for the imbuing. With Master Chai in the process of finalizing his design, I am taking the liberty of dispatching all hands to their positions. You hurtle along as though I have my house in order, but frankly, this is the most disorganized mess of a project I've ever overseen. I haven't spent nearly as much time as I would like on my calculations. So thou hast proclaimed loudly and frequently, Master Chai, yet from my perspective, a layman's though it may be, haste notwithstanding, thou hast gone to great lengths, abiding by proven methodology to ensure the integrity of thy design. Aye, well, that's just the bare minimum that's expected of us at the Stoneworks. Though our glory days are behind us, I've not forgotten our time-honored traditions. But I should mention that the Exarch delivered the ore I asked for. Earthseed, I believe he called it. In that quantity, I believe we can fashion a suitable heart for the Talos. And then there's everything to be ready. Everything will be in readiness, so I would like to say. Is there a problem? The Talos of, well, any reasonable size, a single heart will serve to circulate ether throughout the chases. But, given the unprecedented proportions of which we seek to build, I doubt that will be the case. By installing smaller, peripheral hearts at intervals, I believe we can maintain a suitable ether flow, thereby solving the problem. However, we don't have enough ore for this purpose. Not for it, but to procure more, I suppose. I may have now is time to bring them out. A moment, friends, there is something I would show you. He just pulls his penis out. And Ashistola's like, not that! Oh, Skittles. I say, are these not Heartstones? They are. The most prized possession of what we of the Knights blessed, and these belong to our kindred who have left us. Immersed in water imbued with fervent prayer, these stones harbor no small amount of magic, and we may imbue them with yet more prior to their installation on the Talos. What do you think? Being from a different region, these cannot be used for the main heart. The peripheral ones, on the other hand, I believe they will serve. Excellent. When Master Matoya spoke of us the role we are to play, the Heartstones immediately came to mind. Of course, before bringing them with me, I made sure to consult my fellows first. After all, the stones bear the precious lives of those who have gone to the Sunless Sea. We have now beheld the Sunless Sea with our very own eyes, and by the gentle lights that glimmer on high, we know there is a peace beyond. Thus, we are also at peace. If our Heartstones may serve to restore night to all the world, gladly do we give them. So, Master Chai, if you can instruct us on how to distribute the Heartstones? And Miro, for good luck, may I ask if you imbue one as well? Rest assured, it is not difficult. Simply raise your hand and focus as you would when attuning to an aetherite. Imbue the jade-colored stone here, if you would be so kind. This is the one that we found earlier. The familiar-looking heartstone appears to glow faintly. That will do. Thank you, Miro. If this heartstone appears familiar, it's because it belonged to Tadia. It bears the collective hopes of the Knights Blessed, the hope that none shall ever again be sacrificed to Sin Eaters. Right, I've identified the spots on the Talos where the stones are needed. See that they're amply imbued and install them as I've indicated on this diagram. Jeremy, who's your favorite Transformer? Understood. We will set about the task at once. When the Talos awakens and the way to Mount Gul gets secured, we shall sally forth. It promises to be a trying climb, so take what rest you can in the meantime. We will see you soon. A moment, Arianje. You said you would have measures ready in the event that our friend fails to contain the light. Do you? Be assured that I do. All which I require lieth in this land. Don't worry, I'll be fine. I trust you, Arianje. So, what's the plan exactly? To my deepest regret, I cannot reveal the plan to thee. In order for it to succeed, it's vital that thou must remain ignorant of its nature until the time is right. Yet though I may thus keep my counsel, know that I have only thy safety at heart. So rest easy, my friend, and take such ease as thou mayest. The better to be ready for the trials to come. Alright. I'm told the rock for the chases is more or less ready, all quarried and shaped and laid out. That just leaves the imbuers to do their work. I'll continue checking my calculations until the very last moment. It's only a matter of time now. We managed to rally everyone in Norvrent for this endeavor. That's a remarkable feat in itself, but will it be enough? A breath of respite. There's no point worrying about such things now. I'll get back to my calculations. You, meanwhile, should go and rest as your friend suggested. My wife and the exit should be in the tavern. Why don't you join them? Oh, and Miro? Thank you. The Exarch? He went outside a moment ago, my dear. I would have thought you'd have seen him. He kept me company for a short while, but then he came over rather pale. He's clearly been straining himself, the poor thing. Anyway, he excused himself, saying that he needed a breath of fresh air. Weak as he looked, I did offer to go with him, but he assured me he'd be fine. I do hope he's alright. Hey, look in this huge area and try to find the Exarch. But he couldn't possibly be at the very tip of this very obvious location. Naturally, they'll want me to go here first. That's a big hobgoblin in the distance, though. Actually, it does not appear to be nearby. There's a shoe bill. The exit does not appear to be anywhere in the vicinity. There is only the shoe bill, gazing unflinchingly southward. Little Murderer. Anybody who's played FF4 should recognize that fuck. The dude who casts Scan on himself and tries to get you to hit his weakness of thunder. Well, he looks a little worse for wear.
The future is where my destiny awaits. Forgive me, I was lost in a dream. I needed some fresh air and thought to rest for a moment. It would seem I am more fatigued than I realized. Too much time away from the tower, I fear. It drains me, leaves my body frail and weak. Though, in truth, it is debatable whether I can still call this my body. When first I turned my mind towards the salvation of the world, I came to the conclusion that it would take many long years, many more than remain to me. And so I made myself one with the Crystal Tower, that I might live indefinitely. I am but an extension of it now, hence my weakness the farther I travel, and the longer I am away. It has been quite a journey. But thanks to you, the end is in sight. My wish will finally be fulfilled. How goes the construction effort? Then this may be the last moment we have to ourselves for a while. Come, sit with me. Tell me, when all of this is over, what will you do?
I'll settle matters with the Empire. What I always do, seek out mightier foes. Rest a while.
In the 100 years they have existed, no one had come close to ridding us of even a single Light Warden. Yet already you yearn for the next challenge. You truly are a world apart from us all. But whatever it is you decide to do, I have every confidence that you will do well. For you have the strength to forge your own path. You will leave countless lives better than you found them, and the souls you touch will never forget your kindness. Then, in trying times, when you question your worth and your choices, they will raise their voices to remind you of the difference you have made. And thus will your deeds come to affirm your path. Remember this.
What will you do in the silver? I would know more of you.
Of me? You mean what I intend to do afterwards? I once told you that there are things we can ill afford to lose. Things, I said, though in truth I spoke of a person. One who is unaware of the full extent of my plans. Though she deserves to know, I have good reason to keep my counsel. I have come to terms with this in my mind, yet my heart yearns to lay everything bare. For she is my inspiration, and I would give much and more for the chance to speak with her as friends, with no thought of concealment. Should she indulge me with her tales, I would regale her with my own, about my efforts in Northrend, perhaps. Though, ultimately, that tale is more yours than it is mine. Then, I would ask her about her next adventure, and if she should wish me to be a part of it, oh, how happy it would make me. Together we would travel the lands and cross the seas and take to the skies upon the eternal wind, My heart swells simply to imagine it. But all of this is contingent upon our victory in the coming battle. The people of this world have entrusted their hopes to us. We cannot fail them. Nor those who roused me from my slumber. Thank you for your company, my friend. Let us return to Amity.
We still need to see about having the PMet bench, the PMet, what's the word, not redemption, but, can't think of the word. The PMet Lament bench. The Lamentation. I have a question for you, Hussein. Why are there so many Holdu here? But yeah, Hussein and I both said that he said Eternal Wind. In case you're wondering, Eternal Wind is the theme, the world map theme from Final Fantasy III. Also the main theme of the game. Which is fitting because Crystal Tower comes from Final Fantasy III. Worry not, my friend. I am much revived for the fresh air. And you're fine company, of course. Now then, let's turn our thoughts back to the task at hand. Meanwhile, in the Imperial Palace in the Source, well, this is quite the shift. Your Radiance, I have taken the liberty of quashing the vile rumors that your heir is possessed by a devil. With the nation in the grip of war, we may rely on patriotic zeal to prevent them from resurfacing. And what of Emmett Silk? He has taken himself to the first, to usher that world to its end. Or so I believe. He did not disclose the details of his mission, having ever preferred to work alone. Even to those who have known him since the beginning, his actions can prove unpredictable. I am no stranger to his ways. He joys in playing me for a fool. Full many times have I been convinced I was acting of my own volition, only to discover all was as he willed it. My dear grandfather. On the subject of our esteemed colleague, his last report, though brief, did contain one item of interest. You have doubtless wondered why the Scions of the Seventh Dawn have not taken the field of late. It is because they are no longer in the Source. The hero of the Scions has journeyed to the First, as have her comrades, albeit incompletely. Their bodies yet remain here in the Source. This presents an opportunity. If we can defeat the Alliance prior to the Scions' return, we may eliminate their order at a stroke. And with the Scions gone, none shall remain to thwart our plans. It will be but a matter of striking down the hero upon her homecoming. Which, lest you forget, is essential to the realization of our objective. Of both of our objectives. Through Heidelin's meddling, her champions threaten to wrest the reins of fate from our grasp. The world is at risk of being dragged down the false path. one which will never see man reclaim his true form. 'Tis unthinkable that he should supplant us. Incomplete as he is, such a evolution is abhorrent, and it must be stopped before it is too late. The hour has come, your radiance. Order your armies to march once more. Crush all who stand in your way. This is your heart's desire, is it not? To seize a victory that is yours and yours alone? For the future of Garlemald? Oh dear. You do not wear the mummer's motley well. I was never one to take an interest in tedious conflicts. The whereabouts of my one true friend, however, they interest me greatly. I but hope the beasts of this forest are providing her proper sport. I would know every detail, Lord Xenos, or would you rather I call you Elidibus? Unexpected. Most unexpected. That immortality should be within the reach of one with a borrowed echo. You have outdone yourself, Xenos, yea, Galvus. I have no particular attachment to that name, but I am rather fond of that body. Without it, I cannot enjoy my hunt to the fullest. Your secrets, or my flesh, I care not which you give me first. The choice is yours. Well now, that's something. Extinguishing the last light. Right, so while the two of you were away, I received word that everything is in place, meaning we can proceed with awakening the Talos. Once we imbue the magic, it will stir itself and immediately carry out its designated function, namely, taking Mount Gulg in its grasp. Miro, we may be certain that Vatri will not look on idleness as we beat a path to its front door. Once our plans are set in motion, there will be no turning back. See your preparations as meticulously as you may, and I will give the order to proceed as soon as you are ready. Well guys, it's break time, so we'll do a break. Then we have the last 30 minutes of today's stream, and then yeah. I have no idea if you can get his sword, actually.